Yeah, I'm not sure. It sounds familiar, but it's been a while. That wasn't my favorite one, so.
Yeah, this should sound familiar, and this should be your favorite one because this is FK of the pod. That's right. I'm your host, Reed Trent, and I'm here with Trent and Seth. We drank some stuff last time. We still got the business. The business been had. It's the same stuff every time.
We're
The
bringing
same
it
drink.
back.
They're drinking the same
Business,
shit.
we're bringing it back.
They're bringing the business back to America. All right. Seth's got the Prosecco, and he's got the memorial shot out of the Christmas coffee mug. And Trent's got a Bodie, of course. He's always dropping them Bodies. Okay.
The last Bodie.
He's
Actually.
popping in something else, but he's got a Bodie also. You know. And I got water now. I'm off the other stuff. But we got current topic in between the pods has been old books that we read a long time ago when we were kids. You guys ever read The Giver? What was that shit about? I watched like half of the movie. I think Taylor Swift's in it. What's that one about?
You know what? Can't entirely remember. I think I remember the book is in like, it's weird because the book is in like black and white, but some individuals have the capability to see colors.
Yeah, the movie is like that, I think.
Yeah, that's about it.
I never read it, but as I understand it, the giver is this guy who remembered the before times. And he shares like, oh, the world used to be fun and cool, but now it sucks. So
Free of tariffs.
free, yeah. But I haven't read it, so I don't want to comment. But like, it is kind of sad, right? If you're the kid who's learning about all this stuff, because then it's like you don't have the bliss that is ignorance about how cool things used to be.
Yeah, back in my day, things were actually good.
Yeah, so the giver is actually kind of a taker, I guess, unless
Hardly
somehow,
yeah.
Oh my god, that's like that song.
Don't mean to put a bummer on the Giver series, but it's pretty big on euthanasia, right?
Oh,
talking
about
cool.
The enemies, China, the youth of Asia.
Youth of Asia. They're CRISPRing them, is what I heard.
Dude, a book series that I'm just starting off reading.
They're eating the dog.
Oh no, dude. Book series that I'm just starting off reading, as in like I started it 2 days ago and I'm 20 pages in.
Hey, that's 10 a day. You know,
that's not too
360 days from now, you might be done, maybe.
Yeah. It's the Red Rising series. Have you guys heard of Red Rising?
I think so. Wait, real quick. Is it a fantasy series?
Well, it's sci-fi.
Okay, so
I
no.
don't know if it's sci-fi fantasy.
Well, like those are incongruent in the terms of books.
Yeah, all right. No, it's not. But it's by Pierce Brown. That's the dude's name. And I think technically it is like sort of a young adult series. But it sounds interesting, and I'm excited to get more into it. It's basically some time in the future where humans have presumably colonized a bunch of other planets, and they're working on colonizing Mars, right? But humans are kind of born into these different classes based on color, right? So red is the bottom color, and
like, are they red people, or are they just like they're just given a color?
I think they're normal colored, but they do have red hair.
Yeah, what do you mean by normal colored?
Yeah.
Normal human colors.
Okay.
Every normal human color.
Shades of pale pink to dark brown.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
Yeah, but I think it's been stated that the reds have red hair.
Okay, right? That's interesting.
There's a bunch of colors in between that I haven't met yet, but gold is the top, red is the bottom, silver is in there too, and stuff like that. Basically, it seems like it's going to be a political commentary on class warfare. So I'm excited about it, man. Cool. The Reds, the main character, his name is Darrow, and he lives on a colony on Mars that is basically like mining Mars for materials to make Mars more livable and to make it where humans can terraform it. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah.
So it's not, you're saying it's the book called Red Rising. It's about class warfare.
Yeah, it's about the bottom class rising up, probably.
The Reds.
Yeah, the Reds rising.
The Reds. The Reds.
Interesting. Guy didn't work very hard for that one.
Yeah. I'm reading a book too. Less cool. I'm reading Moby Dick.
Very white, not red.
Yeah, it's the white whale.
That's right.
Have you guys? Did you guys read Moby Dick in high school or anything like that? Or is this
I
one of the-
read a couple chapters of it in college for a lit class.
You know what was happening in such?
It was like one of the
chapters?
first ones. They were like talking about the people on the boat and stuff who was there. There's like an Indian guy and there's a couple
Yeah.
like dudes who are really close to
Well,
each
the
other.
Indian guy, his name is Tosh Tago. He's from. I had to tell my girlfriend Jill about this first time I read this. He's like from some Native American tribe, but he's sailing out of this place in Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard or something like that. Because before these places were like where the rich and powerful people like go to vacation, they were just like places where people could take a whaling ship from. But he's
Before
from
they
this
gentrified them.
exactly. He's from this place called Gay Head.
Nice.
Which I just thought was kind of funny. You know,
That is kind of funny, dude.
anyway, I'm like probably 100 pages in or whatever, and no whale sightings yet. And also, the back of the book is like, oh, this is all about Captain Ahab. You don't meet Captain Ahab till like page 100.
Yeah, no, call me Ishmael, bro. Call me Ishmael because I'm gonna tell you the whole story. It's my point of view.
But I think it's mostly about Ahab, but it's like you don't see him for a long time. But it's like because Ishmael, you're a sailor on the ship, but the ship is doing the shit that Ahab wants you to do, and he's the one who's got this crazy obsession with this whale and stuff. So I think it's supposed to be about him, but it's interesting that it's about him, but you don't meet him for a long time. Also,
Yeah.
Ahab is like a biblical reference, and there's a lot of stuff in it about the Bible, like religion and
Abraham.
stuff. No, Ahab is somebody else. Ahab is kind of like an evil character in the Bible. I don't know much about him, but that's something that maybe if you read this in like 1850 or whatever, you would get that and be like, oh, his name's Ahab. He's probably got some shit going on. But obviously, Ahab is not a big player these days. So
Yeah.
What's your take on Pequod or the ship?
that's the
Or
name of the ship.
Or what do you think about Queequeg? What's
Queequeg is pretty sick. He's got a pipe that's like a tomahawk. So he smokes out of his tomahawk.
is he the guy from? He's not the guy from Gay Head, right?
No, that's Tosh Tago. But the Pequod sounds pretty sick. It's like this old whaling ship, but it's not just like a boat anymore. They've decorated it and like hung whale skeletons all over it and stuff.
Okay.
And so it's like probably a pretty sick ride. More like a Mad Max boat than like maybe what you might expect from Nantucket whaling ship.
That's pretty sweet, dude. The only thing, I mean, the closest I've ever been to reading Moby Dick has been watching The Whale with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, okay.
Brendan Fraser.
Does it have parallels to that?
No,
Or are you
well,
just
like,
saying because he's a whale?
No. The he's like a literature professor at like a community college. And a big part of the movie is him loving to read this one essay about Moby Dick. It's like a student's synopsis, I guess. Of
Interesting.
The film. Yeah, but I'm not going to say it's important who wrote the story, but I'm not going to say who it is in case you wanted to watch the movie. It's a fine movie. It's okay.
I might go watch it. It seems a little heavy, and that's not a
It
joke.
is.
Boom,
It seems
but
a little. That wasn't. It seems a little heavy. Like
Yeah,
I think in the poster for it, it's just Brendan Fraser like looking at a computer. I think looking sad.
It's a pretty devastating movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Moby Dick could be devastating too. I don't know, but I'm interested. This is I feel like people maybe used to read this in high school, but don't anymore.
No, average American reads at a 6th grade level.
Yeah, they're gonna get in there. They're gonna get some chuckles out of Gay Head for sure. But like, are they gonna understand? I don't know.
No,
We'll see.
they're stupid.
I mean,
They're not gonna-
you could get the gist of it is like, okay, you're going on a whaling ship. Why you got to spend 100 pages talking about that before you even meet the main guy? But and I would ask some of
Imagery.
the same questions. But
Oh, you think he could have edited this shit up a little bit? He could have made it a little more concise.
He spends
He
about
could have trimmed the fat.
That's good. He spends about 20 pages talking about here's this kind of whale, and here's this kind of whale, and here's this kind of whale, and it's like, okay, I mean, I don't think this is adding anything to it, but
Yeah, right. All right, man. You're taking an AR test on Moby Dick. First question: what's your favorite kind of whale? That's not how the AR questions work, but that's fine.
it's a open. I got
What's
like a
an
text
AR?
box I could put in there.
Yeah, what is accelerated reading AR program in middle
I'm
school?
saying
I would say killer whale is my favorite.
Nice.
sperm.
Sperm. That's a good
Sperm.
one, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm going with the orca. Which is that a killer whale?
I
Yep.
think those are the
You guys
same
named the
thing.
same one. Yep.
Nice. That's the best whale rated here by FK the Pod.
It is.
Who knew we were going to rate whales? I think what's his name? Wailord, the Pokemon. That's a cool.
Banger.
That's a cool Pokemon as well.
Yep.
Could be the biggest Pokemon.
Yep. He is.
No, they make one that's like the size of a skyscraper these days, don't they? He's
Yeah, I don't
literally
know.
a
At one point, he was the biggest one.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I'd
he
be
is
surprised
now,
if
but
it
he's
wasn't
also
like-
really light. You know, if a whaler doesn't like eat enough, it'll flow. It'll just like start flying out of the water.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's lighter than air.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like a blimp. It's like the thing behind him.
Okay, interesting. There you go.
He
Pokemon.
sucks though. He's like not good.
I feel like he should
Yeah.
be good.
He's outclassed by Don Dozo.
Oh right, yeah. They ossified him. They ossified the whale Pokemon.
Yeah, they made him eat fish or eat sushi. They got it.
They made him eat sushi. One of the things that I wanted to bring up, I've had this cooking and knocking around in my head for a while, is when you were gone to Japan, Reed, I did a little bit of the editing. I didn't really do the editing. I did the downloading of the video and uploading it to YouTube. And so if you watch YouTube videos while Reed was gone, I didn't actually edit in the theme song or anything like that because I didn't know how to do it. But
So you might there might only be half the sound also.
oh, really?
Yeah, if you don't like, yeah, and there might only be half the sound on those ones. Then I'm not sure.
What do you mean
Well-
half the sound? Like half the volume? Or?
Yeah, if you peek behind the curtain, if you like when you download this shit from Riverside, like it comes in as a stereo, it comes in on mono audio.
Yeah.
You could, if you watched any of the YouTube videos from the past couple weeks, let us know. We're FK the Pod everywhere. You would know that because you have watched these things. But one of the our little name plates are changing there. I saw. One of the things that Riverside does, we don't pay for all of their features. We might pay for some of them, or we might not pay.
We're currently not paying for any of them. We eventually will be paying for some of them because it will replace our other thing that we pay and only use none of the features for.
That's
One of
right.
the things that Riverside does is it puts together these little like sections of the recording and like gives them little section titles. And these are like AI generated.
The AI is pretty nice on the Riverside.
So I wanted to go through what some of the like Riverside generated sections we have here on the pod are, and whether you might have called these sections the same things or whether they might have made up funny names for our sections.
Gotcha.
So this is from our pod, our pods from last week. One of these was the return of Reed Sama or something along those lines. And the other one, I don't remember what
He's
the title
watching
was.
us, Seth. Be careful.
I think it was Coon. I think you guys used Coon, which is a little
Coon.
bit better.
Reed
Well,
Coon.
the name of the episode ended up being Sama.
Mhm.
Oh, really? What did I don't know. I typed something.
It's
But-
fine. It's cool.
Yeah, but obviously at the beginning of the podcast, right, this is one of the episodes from last week, Riverside said we have a section called Welcome and Introductions.
Mhm.
Right, okay. Makes sense. You know, AI did pretty well in generating that. The second thing we have is travel experiences in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Works.
Not bad. Then we have a section Cultural Insights, Public Baths, and Etiquette.
Okay. All right.
We talked a little bit about public baths and stuff like that.
It did, yeah.
They love to do something with it.
I would have called that big American build.
See, they don't have comedy. The AI, they don't have comedy down.
Yeah, they don't get alliteration.
No. Next up, we have food adventures, ramen and convenience stores. They love to do something with a colon after it. So food adventures.
It makes sense. I mean, it captures what it is.
Yeah. Japanese currency and shopping experiences. Talk a little bit about the yen. Favorite foods and culinary discoveries.
Yeah, I mean, none of these are wrong.
There's certain words that the AI likes a lot. So one of the things that people have been talking about is like the word delve. Like a chat GPT loves to use the word delve. So where you've seen this a lot is like people are like publishing like medical research or whatever that they just got a AI thing to write. And it's like, oh, we can tell because the language is weird.
Using delve.
Yeah.
Well, this is not AI related, but this is internet and it's language related. You got to stop with the silence speaks volumes. Get it out of here. Hate that shit. It's annoying. Everywhere, it blocks its touch.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Whose silence is speaking volumes here?
I don't know. There's some shit that happened like a couple Octobers ago, and like people weren't talking about it for a while. It's like I feel like it picked up a lot of. There's a lot of like, the silence is deafening, or like or like your silence on this topic, and it's been on other shit now. But whatever, But it's like, oh, what Brittany Broski did speaks volumes about the industry or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fucking lying, making shit up. But like speaks volumes too often. I don't like pet peeve too much.
We speak volumes here on the podcast every week, and we really want to make a stand on some recent issues here, right?
Yeah, like volumes. Turn it down. Turn it down.
Turn it down. Turn it off. You're gonna keep the neighbors up. Turn it down. So that's like a language thing. That's your pet peeve.
Yeah, language peeve.
Language peeves.
Kind of, I guess, a concept too, because I think when people say that is like, if you're talking about somebody who's got a big platform or whatever, and you think they should use their platform in a certain way, I guess that's one thing. But also, if you're like, all of the people who follow me on social media, if you haven't shared an infographic that says this, your silence speaks volume. It's like, I haven't shared an infographic to like my 100 followers on Instagram or whatever. I'm not the one who has the power to say something, and it's like, I don't know, is it my role or responsibility? You don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes, right?
Yeah,
if I made a call to my congressperson, that's worth more than me sharing an infographic on Facebook or whatever. Like, if I've donated to somebody that is supposed to do something, right, that is worth more than me sharing an infographic on Facebook. So, like, you to say your social media doesn't reflect that you have the right values or do the right things is kind of stupid.
Yeah, get your virtue signaling out of here. And also, you get a new, like, metaphor.
Yeah.
I want something new.
I posted once on my Instagram in the past year, and that was to say, hey, look, I have a girlfriend.
Good answer.
Right?
Good answer.
So like, I don't like that train of thought either. Where it's like, if you're not posting anything about this, then you don't care.
Yeah. You think,
I don't care about social media. That's what I don't fucking care about.
if Gandhi was alive today, you think he would be sharing stuff on his Instagram? You think he'd be using the Instagram notes feature? I mean, I think Gandhi had his own set of issues. But
yeah, wasn't he kind of like a sex creep?
Yes, he was kind of a sex creep as far as I know. But like, I'm trying to, it's hard to have somebody who's like, this person could do no wrong. Because Mother Teresa, I think,
Mother Teresa kind of sucks. Yeah.
So, but like, if you have Jesus Christ, right? I'm sure he did some bad stuff in his time too.
That's blasphemy. Why would you say that?
Just because, I don't know. This was 2,000 years ago. I'm sure everything that he did was not up to snuff today. Did he pass the Bechdel test?
Yeah, some are saying
Bible?
that Jesus is not an American.
He was, well, that's for sure. He was not an American. But do you think that he would pass all of the social media, like, staying silent on the right things or not staying silent. I think he cares more about going out and washing people's feet than he does about making sure his Instagram story reflects the right infographics.
No, I
You
think
know
he
what?
would figure it out because he gets us. He gets our.
In that way, he too was a sex pest.
That's true. There's a little too
Dude.
much feet in the Bible.
First foot fetishist, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Don't kink shame to Jesus Christ. That's when they nailed them shits down.
Yeah, we gotta come back to this next week and see what the AI wrote about our Jesus Christ foot fetish segment.
Blasphemy. Jesus Christ. Pod blasphemes again.
Oh my god. It's going to be
So-
like religious observations and social media patterns or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not like I mean it makes our podcast sound more professional and boring, I think, when it's just like, oh.
Yeah. No, yeah, rather than unprofessional and boring.
Yeah, we have standards here, okay?
Yeah, please. Yeah, this is all created ourselves. The only time it's AI content is when we tell you it's AI content.
Yes, yeah.
And then the outro music a lot of times is AI content because I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
fun.
right. So
Man.
I too have a pet peeve. It's not necessarily of the social media or word using kind, but I kind of do want to bring it up. This past weekend, I played with some friends in a softball tournament, and the friends that I played with is my baseball team friends, right? So it was a baseball team playing in a softball tournament. We show up there, and like every other team in this tournament is like a legitimate softball team with jerseys and seeming like they have practiced a lot, you know? And I get that this is kind of their weekend thing, and so maybe this pet peeve is more of my problem, but I just can't fucking stand when people take stuff that is meant to be fun and is meant to be like nothing other than fun, just like a good time, when they take it too seriously.
Bro, get
That
good,
pisses me
bro.
off
Get
so
good.
bad.
Get good. You're just upset that you lost.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
But
Yeah.
even in like I play in like a co-ed league on Sundays, and people take that shit so seriously, it bothers me to fucking hell. All right. So my pet peeve that I'm bringing to the table right now is taking shit that doesn't matter seriously. All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some
that's
stuff
mine.
does matter, and you should share infographics about it.
Yeah.
But a lot
My,
of
my,
stuff-
my softball team just won 16-3.
if you don't congratulate me, your silence speaks volumes.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, I agree. It's like, I mean, even if it is your job, right? Most people don't need to take their jobs that seriously.
Yeah.
Some of us, maybe even here on this podcast, should, but a lot of people don't. It's like, nothing is really that serious.
It's all bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just trying not to get in trouble. I'm just trying not to rock the boat,
Yeah. There's 8 billion people on this planet. You can afford to chill.
Yeah, somebody else pick up the slack,
Yeah, someone else. Just make it somebody else's problem. That's
Somebody
the
else
American
will
way.
Somebody else will post on social media about it.
Yeah, and I'll just retweet it. I'll just retweet or I'll re-exit.
Re-exit. That's
Maybe,
right. I'll
unless it's cringe.
We'll Brexit.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you don't share our social media stuff, though, your silence does speak volumes. We're at
Yeah, facts.
the pod everywhere.
But if you don't share our infographics, you're a terrorist.
Yeah, we're gonna make an infographic for this one. I don't know what it's gonna be, but that's what the marketing is.
I got an email from like one of our one of these like podcast shit things. They give us a lot of bullshit like emails. Like they find my email or they find the podcast one. It's like, oh, your keywords are this, or like, you're really getting a lot of growth. I got one recently saying that we're like the 9th most podcast to come up in searches for female camping.
Dude, that's crazy. We're so big in the female camping world.
Yeah, when listeners search for female campers on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, FKA the Pod appears as result 9. But it's also number 21 for King's Council and 25 for Moon Colony.
That's not
Hell
bad for
yeah,
Moon
dude.
Colony.
Hell yeah, man.
I think
I was
that's
gonna
the
say,
ground we need to cover.
yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like female camping could be like a term that we're unaware of and we don't want to be associated with, but I don't know. Moon
Well,
colony,
it could be like
however,
a what we call them sex pest thing.
yeah,
Female camping. You camp outside like the Pilates
No,
gym.
it's just these women that are sitting in the corner with the shotgun, waiting for you to turn around. They get you when you're about to get your UAV or whatever.
Yeah.
Moon colony. I think we can capitalize on moon.
Well, I mean, I think talking about Red Riot or whatever, I think is helping. Red Rising is helping us
Red
out.
Rocket.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I read a book about a moon colony once. There's the Martian, the guy's like second book. He wrote a
Oh,
book about
The
this chick
yeah,
that
Hail Mary thing?
lives on the moon.
Is that what it's called? Hail Mary?
I don't remember. I read it on a cruise.
Yeah, I read The Martian. It's pretty cool.
Hmm. I think I liked it more than the movie.
It's kind of, we've talked about, we're going to get back on female camping here. The Martian is the same as Hatchet, right? It's like, I've got this stuff. It's a man versus nature plot. I've got a
Right.
certain set of stuff, and I'm up
I
against it.
have a particular set of skills.
Yes, exactly.
So
I have
what's
a
the
hatchet.
nature?
I've
What's the
got
nature on Mars.
Well,
Yeah,
space. It's maybe
yeah.
nature is the environment. Maybe
I got
is
I got
better.
an environment. I got to grow potatoes in my own shit.
Yeah. So, but
It is it is Hatchet. Yes.
Hatchet in space
Damn. Okay.
with what's his face, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So true. Yeah. Anyway, is the other book? Is it also just Hatchet in space, or it's different?
It's different. It's different. It's like this person does a heist,
Space heist.
space heist.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
sick.
cool.
That's probably like the next Fast and Furious space heist.
I'd say the Martian author, for being just a guy who started writing sci-fi books, is better than the Ready Player One guy, who's like a guy who just started writing science fiction books. But like, it's just, what if fucking Galaga was real? Like, what if you could play Joust, this video game that no one's fucking played, bro? What if I actually got to kiss my girlfriend that I wanted in high school? And it was, what if like everybody loved me because I made a video game?
Yeah.
Versus everyone hating everybody.
I never read or watched Ready Player One because I was kind of disinterested. It's like it seems, I'm okay with Hatchet, whatever. What if you're a kid and you're in the woods? Okay, fine. But what if video games were real? That's like that.
Okay,
that
that's
topic
not
is so.
that's not really what it is, but like it is what it
I
is.
don't care,
It's like, what
dude.
if video games were important? But like it's still VR, but like VR is real. Like the real world sucks. No one does the real world. Everyone does the virtual. Everyone's in meta. Like
Yeah.
Zuckerberg was sniffing some farts.
We were talking about the metaverse like pod number 3. Like that was like their big metaverse announcement. Have you?
Nothing
guys been
changes.
yet
Nothing changes.
to the metaverse?
I
Surely
don't know
there
if there's
would have.
been any updates about it though.
Yeah, surely there would have been in the
Let's
past
tap
5
in
years.
right now to the metaverse with my
Wow.
Oculus. Like, this was an Oculus when I bought it, so it's meta now, I guess. I don't know. I've used it last year, maybe most recently. It's been a minute.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. Beat Saber's fun, but I don't really want to like talk to random people
No.
anymore.
And I would rather. I don't want to own an Oculus or whatever it's called, the Meta Oculus. I would rather like go to the arcade and play Beat Saber or something. Like I want an arcade. I would love to go to an arcade.
I went to the arcade in Japan. It's been a little bit since we're talking about the Japan stuff, but like, yeah, it's like we either at nighttime a lot of shit's closed. So you either go to the ramen bar, the ramen place, you go to the darts bar, or you go to the arcade. And like they got like really cool claw machines and stuff where you can win like really big snacks or like anime statues and shit or like plushies. I want a Jolteon plush from one.
Oh, nice. That's sick.
They also have like a bunch of Gundam games, and I don't know if you've ever been to like a barcade or a Dave and Buster's and stuff, and you've seen the Minecraft game where like it has has cards or something that come with it. Basically, you play this Minecraft game, and it gives you a card, and it's saved. Like you could bring back this card next time, and like you start with the diamond sword because you had the diamond sword card, or whatever. It's like a lot of the games have that shit.
Yeah.
And they have like 8 different kinds of DDR, but like most of them you're not using your feet. Most of the time you're just like slapping shit on the screen. So you walk in, you go up to the like one of the floors that has the rhythm games, and there's people going, and the music sucks. The music's fucking awful. It's like there's like bunch of like banging like drums and shit. Like I like EDM music, but this shit is ass. Like it makes my ears bleed. And then there's one that's really awesome where it's called Taiko no Tatsujin. I think it's called like Taiko Pop here. It's like a little drum game, and you like smack a drum. It's really fun.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
you hit the middle part for like one kind of note, and you smack the side of it for another, and you.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. That one's really fun. I quite enjoy that one.
Sweet, dude. Are there any like arcades where you can win like money?
No, that's called pachinko.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you just go there and you just turn a dial to a certain angle, and it just launches the balls, and you gamble on plinko.
Nice, dude. Nice.
And I did that.
Like I've seen a few videos of these Japanese arcades. They look so fun, and they're open. Are they open like all night?
They're open pretty late. Either like they close around when the last train's about to leave. So like that's when most people are trying to go home anyway.
Yeah,
because the last train.
I'm imagining I take a flight to Japan. I'm sleeping on the plane, and I get off and I'm wide awake, but it's 10 p.m. I'm just going to an arcade for the next 4 hours.
And Don Quixote.
Do 20 minutes on the DDR machine, and you'll be ready to take a break. So, the thing about DDR is I don't think I'd be good at it, and also I don't intend, if I'm going to the Japanese arcade, to be like dripping in sweat. I feel like if I play DDR, I'm gonna be like.
See, I was sweating everywhere, all the time. Anyway, it's mad humid, so it didn't really matter if I was dancing or walking. I was sweating. I played this one where it's like it's a dancing one, but like there's like a sensor or whatever, and it like scans where you're at or whatever, like scans your moves and stuff, and it like translates them onto like the little model that's on the screen, like the little like CGI guy that you pick. So you get to dance around, you get to see like Tatsumi Miku do her thing, well, like the thing that you're doing, and I'm pretty good because like the dances are really easy because it's just like, oh, keep beat, and just like go to the left and go to the right, bang, bang, and it's like nailing it. I'm kicking ass because like most of these fuckers can't dance, but they can slap the shit out of a machine. I'll tell you what.
Hell yeah, man.
And my friend Nicholas, like, who I was there with, he's like really good at one of these, and I would play the same game, and yet there's like it's like DDR, right? Or it's like Guitar Hero, right? But there's like a little lever in the middle, and you gotta like move it around sometimes to like stay on the track that's there. And I'm playing on medium or like normal mode, and I'm using like one hand sometimes. I hit the side, bang, 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 doing all right. And he's playing on like hard or like mega hard, and he's going crazy. I'm like, this is insane. This can't be fun, you know?
Yeah, dude. I think you guys talking about like playing games and sweating and shit like that. I think maybe that's one thing that I miss most about being a child, like pre-puberty child, is like being able to just be sweaty and then not really care or smell that bad. You know?
Oh, yeah, no.
That's what I miss about it.
Or like also like it's hard to do DDR when we're adult sized. They try to do that in your apartment, your neighbors will be pissed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You're just like stomping the mat on the ground. That shit was big back in the day.
Yeah. Did we talk about Donkey Kong on this pod? I think we did. They
Trent doesn't like him.
Yeah, they fucked him up.
Well, I want to bring up Donkey Kong because I used to have, when you were talking about that drumming game, I used to have the Donkey Kong Jungle Beats. I think it was for the GameCube, and it had the bongo drums.
Hell yeah.
And that's how you controlled that? And I got in a bunch of trouble a couple times because like my room was right above my parents' room, and I'd be playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beats when I should have been asleep. Like I'm literally playing, fake, plastic bongo drums and stuff like that. So you couldn't really do it slyly to do that. But
Yeah.
so
Hell
like
yeah,
we
dude.
said, yeah, like we said with the last pod, when talking about
Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Oh shit.
Talk about these ones.
He's got the bongos.
exactly. That's crazy. The year
That's nuts.
2025.
Yeah,
Reed
Donkey
just
Konga,
Reed just
baby.
yeah, Reed just pulled out the Donkey Kong Jungle Beats bongo in
It's
like
still
mint
rap.
condition, dude.
Yeah, this game was pretty fun. Like there was one where it's like it's just a rhythm game and you're like snapping and clapping and stuff. And there's another one where like you're actually running around as Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
but like you move them with bongos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that. I played that game a lot as a kid, but I also only I didn't have the bongos, so I played it with the actual controller, and a lot of the bongo action I missed out on. I was just using the C stick instead, which is not as fun. So, damn, I'm
Damn.
jealous.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that? Did you get that on eBay? What's up?
Duh, it's like that's my bongos. Like that's
You
my
just had
bongo.
those?
Yeah, I
Damn.
had. You think I didn't have the bongos? I'm not like you, bro. I had the bongos.
Damn.
Like
I was too poor for the
Not like
bongos,
you.
man.
Oh, that's so funny.
you got to pop out and show on 'em with the bongo.
Well, when they announced the what's it called? The Switch 2, you
Yeah,
know,
Switch.
pending whether that will ever reach us here in the United States. They also discussed the new Mario Kart game, which has, I guess, the key difference for this Mario Kart is number one that it's new, and I want to talk about the characters who are going to be included. But number two is that it's open world, so you can
And
like,
number 3, it's $80.
yeah, number three, it's $80.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but you can drive between the courses, which I don't know if anybody asked for this, but like
Right.
you can go off the grid or off the track on one race just to drive to another one, which is kind of interesting. It seems to
Yeah.
me like it would be hard for you to get to Rainbow Road.
Yeah, how do you drive into the air? You gotta like pick a
I guess you
good
pick it.
glider.
You probably go into a DK cannon or something. Oh, and you can grind. That's a new thing. You can like go on rails and stuff.
That's kind of
Grind.
cool. I like that. I feel like a lot of this stuff I I think Nintendo has kind of like peaked as far as Mario Kart specifically goes in that they've made everything perfect and now they're just adding in it's like a cell phone. They're just adding in a bunch of shit that nobody
Yeah,
asked for,
that's
right?
good. I
Um,
think it
but I
would be
think
bet. I mean, I don't know
grinding
if
it.
better is the right word, but like you could just keep on pumping out maps for the previous one, and like I
Yep.
think that that's good.
Yeah. I agree.
But
Yeah.
so
Driving between courses, I don't know. It's giving like I feel like they're doing that with a lot of their games. Like there's that Mario Golf game where you like run between the ball and shit. There's
Yeah,
yeah,
the
this
there's
reminds me of Forza Horizons, which is like a game
yeah,
where you just like drive around
yeah.
like other places, but it's Mario Kart now, which is cool because I don't really want to play racing games, but I'm down to play Mario games like Mario Kart.
I
Yeah.
remember this is how I felt about Cyberpunk, that game that came out, and I was actually like unable to play it because it was so laggy. I actually went back and tried to play it like a couple years later, and it was still so laggy I couldn't play it. But
It's on this
basically,
Nintendo Switch.
what I thought it was driving simulator. It's like, okay, here you are in a town, but you can take your car and drive out to the desert to do a mission, but it's going to take
Yeah.
you 10 minutes to drive there. And also the game sucks. So there's that too. Anyway,
Can't wait
drive.
for Grand Theft Auto to come out later this year, and you just have to drive.
Yeah, I drive enough as it
Yeah,
as it
fuck,
is.
dude.
Yeah.
Where's the infinite money glitch?
Yeah. So in Mario Kart World is what it's called. It's going to have at least 60 playable characters. And
Damn.
many of these are repeats of characters. So you have several different Marios that you can play as, and they're counting them as different if you're wearing a different outfit. But some of the outfits I thought were pretty interesting. So obviously,
are we guessing or are you going to share?
I'm just going to tell you. So obviously you got Mario, you got Baby Mario, which is not a different outfit. That's a different character. We're doing a time jump, right? But then you also have Mario All-Terrain, which is kind of like a racer looking Mario. You have Mario Cowboy.
Oh.
I don't know what this is from, but a lot of the characters have cowboy. So Luigi,
I mean, you know why it's there. You know what kind of world we're living in now.
he had to get a second job in addition to being a plumber and a pro racer and soccer player,
right.
tennis player, golfer.
Golfer.
He had to get an additional job. Olympic athlete. He had
As
to
a
also,
vaquero.
he had to also be a cowboy. But yeah, a lot of them have some kind of Western influence.
Yeah.
Waluigi has a mariachi outfit that is also like
Banger.
this sort of
That's kinda
cowboy Wild West thing.
They got Metal Mario and they got Rose Gold Peach again.
No, I don't think they actually have those, but they do. I think everybody will be happy to know that they have Swimwear Daisy.
What the hell, dude? That's crazy.
So they have, they have Baby Mario also swimwear.
Yeah.
They have.
I want Jorts Yoshi. Give me Jorts
George
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
That's what I want, man.
Well, for Yoshi, they have Food Slinger Yoshi. So I guess
Hardly
he has like
know
an
her.
apron on.
Yeah.
And they also have Yoshi Matsuri. I don't know what Matsuri is.
Yeah, the picture's not loading in for that one. Oh yeah, there's a Luigi Matsuri also. No, it's not loading.
Yeah. Let's see some of the other interesting ones. They have like
It's a Matsuri is a Japanese festival, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like some kind of traditional Japanese garb Luigi.
They have Shy Guy Slope Styler, so he's
Oof.
like dressed in a ski outfit.
All right. I can get behind some Shy Guy drit.
Yeah. And they have King Boo Aristocrat. So he's got like a monocle.
Isn't he a king already? Like
He is. They're really playing up the king thing.
I like that Pauline and Rosalina are in the games now. Like they were only in like 2 games by themselves originally, but now they're just in all the side games. That's like shit. Let's get them in there.
That's
Yeah.
cool. You know what I think?
Daisy's played out.
You know what I think would be a really cute outfit for a character in this game would be like Lederhosen on Toad. Don't
Okay.
you think Toad would look cute in some
Lederhosen.
Toderhosen.
Yo, wait, they got the cow from Moo Moo Meadows in there.
Oh yeah. In
Yeah.
addition to just having funny outfits, there's also you could play as a cow.
You could play as this coin guy. Who the fuck is Coin Coffer? Hardly know her, but like, what the? Who is this dude? Looks, you gotta squint a little bit, but look at this guy who's like a
Coin
thing.
Coffer?
Oh, right. Yeah, weird. Like a little
Oh,
frog
that
or
could be
something?
Nabbit. You can play as
No,
Nabbit.
that's not. This is Nabbit right here.
Sorry,
Dude, that's
I'm unfamiliar with Coin Coffer.
Yeah, I hardly know Coin Coffer.
Oh man.
Oh, you could play as a Pianta. Fire. Those are the dudes from
That's cool. Yeah. Who else is on there?
Goomba. Oh, you can play as the penguin from Sherbert Land. I got my new main. Got my new Mario Kart main. I'm gonna be playing that little penguin all the time. I love those guys.
Damn. Dude, I need to stop looking at this because I really don't think I want to pay $500 for Switch 2.
Switch to and then if you buy the bundle, you can get Mario Kart for like $60 instead of $80.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you buy if you buy the bundle, it's only $500 for the Switch and Mario Kart. Versus if you don't buy the bundle, it's like $450 for the Switch and then $80 for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, it's gonna be like $600 from whatever scalper I get it from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, trying to get a PlayStation 5 was such a fucking pain in the ass. I'm not excited for this. Like,
you also have to factor in the account that they're going to do DLCs because there's no Link, and you're going to be able to play as Link. You're going to be able to play as your Switch 2 Mii. You're going to be able to play as Animal Crossing Villager and Inkling and all these people.
Why isn't Samus in here? Why is Samus not there?
Yeah, you're going to have to play as Samus. You're probably going to
Why
get
can't it be
Samus
Minecraft
in
Steve?
A bikini, swimwear, swimwear Samus.
Zero suit, swimsuit.
Swimwear Steve from Minecraft the movie. Chug Jug, Banana Guy from Fortnite, swimwear.
Is it got Ice Peely in there? Maybe that'd be fire. That's
Ice climbers, swimwear, ice climbers.
Yeah, why is Ness in here? Where's Ness at? Give me fucking Lucas. Okay.
Captain Falcon.
Where's Ganondorf?
Ganondorf. They're making a Zelda TV show. I'm sure everybody's excited about that.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
It'll probably be like 5 years before this comes out, but it's been announced, I believe. So
on this episode of the Zelda show, he goes to the Wind Temple.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I played the new ones. I don't really have.
Speaking of video game TV shows, The Last of Us returns or has returned.
Yeah, it's getting good. It's getting good reviews. I think it's getting like a 93. I think so far on the tomato meter. The biggest complaint is, it's a season 2 of a 3-season show.
Okay.
So the next one's gonna be a lot better. So it's like probably could wait on it. Kind of like what Squid Game's got. I think kind of same thing. Or also that's what I'm doing with The Boys. Like I just didn't watch the last season because I knew there was gonna be another one. So I'm waiting. I think this next The Boys season is gonna be the last The Boys.
Yeah.
I
also wanted to. Me and Trent, I think, while you were gone, maybe Reed talked a little bit about Black Mirror, and I was like, "Oh, the new season of Black Mirror was super cool." But this was like the last season. There's a new season out now as well.
Okay, so. I have still only seen one Black Mirror, and it's one with Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty good one. But there's some good ones. There's some not so good ones. There's some ones that are like you're like, "Oh my god, that was like kind of horrible to watch."
You watch Severance? I feel like Severance is like Black Mirror adjacent.
I would watch Severance, but I don't have the Apple thing, so I'm gonna save it for the future.
Well, something good comes out, and you'll have one really good month of TV.
Yeah.
You're like, man, it's Ted Lasso show.
Yeah, I'll do Ted Lasso, and I'll do the Severance too. I'll get
Severance
severed.
Is good, man. I'm the Severance boy on this episode or on this podcast.
Are you severed right now?
Solid. Yeah.
Is this your Audi?
Yeah, who are we talking to right now?
Don't worry about it, man. It's okay.
Okay.
I think I've said it on this pod before. I wish I was severed. I wish I could go to work and not remember anything. We talked.
I wish I could refine macro data. Is that
what it's called? Exactly. Go to school for 4 years to refine macro data. That'd be sweet.
When do you start getting severed? Can you get severed in like elementary school?
I think that's the end. The end game is to get severed like at birth. I think from what I've been following out, like that's the end game of these people.
That's crazy.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Then you would just have like yourself. You have your like person who went to elementary school and learned how to read, and then you have like your dumb caveman self. Like you leave the school building and you just start like dragging your knuckles on the ground.
Or you just got to go to school twice.
Yeah, that was.
We severed him too early. Now he's at school 16 hours a day.
He's an AM and PM kindergarten.
Yeah, he showed up to the ACT, but he actually showed up at the wrong time, so it was dumb.
Yeah, he got a 64.
Oh no, dude.
You got a super score between the two. Well, this is what we got coming to Netflix. You know, since we still at least have access to that on one TV, I assume. Like on one device, we can still probably watch Netflix. It might not be our ideal one, but we're not trying to rock the boat because we don't want to pay for Netflix because it's expensive as shit. You know, Conan the Barbarian. I think I just read that. Conan the Destroyer, rather. The Breakfast Club is there. Big Daddy, banger.
I'm 90% sure I've seen these on Netflix many times.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit past April 1st.
They could have disappeared and then they redid their licensing agreement or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, man,
Rudy.
people can't get enough. People can't get enough of Field of Dreams.
people
We
love
gotta
get him to the Greek. We got to get that.
repurchase that.
Oh, that guy's a rapist.
Yeah, I know. Russell Brand, we do not want to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, stay off the pod, Russell Brand. You fucking sex creep, real certified sex creep. Even though we've like known he's a sex creep for a while, but he got
I feel
charged
like
with
that's kind
rape.
of what the movie's about. Well, I guess he's not a sex creep, but he's like a weirdo.
Oh, Jurassic World season 3. There's a TV show.
Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Jurassic World Chaos Theory season 3.
There's a TV show. There's a Jurassic World TV show. That's nuts.
Dude, we just talked about that in our last pod, Jurassic Park. Go check it out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A new David Letterman show. My guest
Caitlin
needs
Clark.
under getting Caitlin Clark.
Nice. March Madness
Unicorns.
was not the same without her in it. I'll be the first to say it.
Oh, starting April 10th, we'll get Pop the Balloon live.
Pop the balloon live with weekly episodes. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're really trying to like be not what Netflix is. They're really trying to have like live shit, which is like not what Netflix is for.
Yeah.
Damn.
Infinite growth, baby, infinite growth,
Keep it going. Keep it
and
going.
just
Well, that's what we're going to have here on this podcast is infinite growth. If you keep on referring your friends to us, keep on purchasing from our Redbubble once we restart that, keep on subscribing to our Patreon once we restart that. Find out how you can get eyeballs on our product and ears on our product and to send your money directly to us. Infinite growth. We got to achieve it. Right,
That's right.
guys?
That's what it's all about, baby.
roll
All about
tide.
growing. Yeah.
Grow. Buy corn. Get the corn.
Get corn. Important.